with Valentine's Day on Wednesday, I still got plans to make. If date night is on the agenda, our next guest may be here to help. For the men in our lives, dressing for date night can always be kind of confusing. What to wear, whether it's a fancy place or a hole in the wall. Well, 425 magazine style writer Andrew Hoge is back with me now to help us just get it all down. You know, I know a lot of people think, okay, you know, it's Seattle. I don't want to dress too fancy. I don't want to. So what do we do? Like how, I don't know, what questions do you get from men?
Absolutely. I mean, it can be really, really confusing, right? I mean, it's like, where are we going? Are we going to a restaurant? Are we going to a play? And and especially in Seattle where the dress code isn't as clearly defined.
Right.
It can be a little confusing to navigate that, but I have 4 kind of tried and true examples for the gentleman watching to draw inspiration from.
Okay, this is perfect because I think sometimes we just need like a checklist of what we can wear. All right, so the first up, you say drinks only. A pop of style.
A pop of style, and I always say dress for the occasion. So if you're doing date night and it's, you know, a late night drink at a fabulous hotel bar, or it's something that's kind of casual but you want to bring out your personality, dress in a way that is stylish, whatever that means to you.
Okay.
You know, as opposed to being, you know, formal or casual, whatever it happens to be. Incorporating different pops of style can be a really fun way to showcase your personality and impress the person that you're with.
Right, and this pop of style, is this the coat?
It is, so it's the coat and the accessories. So in this case, we have a really great tone-on-tone look up top. We have some fantastic accessories.
The rings,
on the
I
rings
love.
And the bag. You know, it's really fun. It's a really great way to, it's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about your own personal style.
I think so, especially if you have lots of rings. They're really interesting to look at and you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, fabulous. Enjoy those cocktails, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, so next up you say what is really good is a smart casual look.
Yes, and this is a look that is going to be tried and true for a majority of those gentlemen that live in the Pacific Northwest. What I mean by this is you have a really great base pair, maybe some white shoes, sneakers, whatever it means, but the most important thing is layering, right? So maybe you're gonna start by walking outside and you're gonna go into the restaurant or bar for dinner. It's nice to have a jacket or something to layer in case it gets too hot, you can take it off.
Right.
But it also adds a sense of intention and formality to the occasion. In this case, I really like to lean towards tone-on-tone colors or darker colors. Just if you're going on a date, it feels a little bit more elegant and intentional, and it looks really good, as we can see here.
That's such an important point that it doesn't have to be what you're wearing. It's the color that makes it look more formal.
It does. If this was like orange and yellow, it would be a completely different look.
Right. And you and I've talked about this before, investing in your accessories and your bags. And
absolutely.
that you can tell just by looking at it. It's a nice bag.
Yes.
It's got class.
And especially if you're on a date, you know, put in your breath mints or cologne or whatever it is
yes,
you need to impress.
Need
I mean, you know, you're going to be prepared for any occasion.
I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I love that bag. Okay. So third, PNW formal.
Yes.
I didn't even know there was a thing called PNW, but look at this. It's right here, ladies and gentlemen.
There he is. So, you know, formal dressing has a lot of quote unquotes when we're talking about in the Pacific Northwest. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody in a full tux going out, you know.
Yeah.
But in this case, you know, like I said, dressing for the occasion, maybe you're going to the ballet or the symphony or a fine dining restaurant.
Yeah.
It's good to check the website and kind of see what's expected of you. But in most cases,
because they'll tell you, right?
Exactly. If they want you to, they will. But in most cases, a great like jacket or sports coat, no tie, maybe dress it up with a pocket square. Adds a little bit of formality, especially considering the setting. But the thing about formal that I always say is you need to let your partner know where you're going so that you can match, because when you match, it looks so good.
Right, and if this fine-looking gentleman shows up to take somebody out and you're not looking good,
exactly,
you're gonna be upset about it.
Communication. Good for dates and relationships.
This is a fashion and relationship segment. Thank you. You look fabulous. I love this outfit. And I love the idea of a pocket square too. You
Absolutely.
know?
It's like sometimes the tie can be a little bit restrictive. You know, again, not a lot of people wear them in the Pacific Northwest, but
All
you know.
right. Let's get our next model out here.
Yeah.
Smart Athletic. Now this is based activity-based date. So if
Yes.
we're going to go real Pacific Northwest and go hike or something.
Yes, exactly. In the Pacific Northwest, whether it's Valentine's Day, I mean, who knows, or any date in general, there's so many opportunities for outdoor or active activities, whether it's rock climbing or hiking, or you're going to go on a bike ride. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Having, an athletic forward look is appropriate just for general comfort. But
Yes.
when you're thinking about it in terms of a date, maybe you're going to grab drinks afterwards and whatnot. You want it to coordinate. So just don't throw on your gym shorts and t-shirt. Maybe think about having a nice jacket like we have here.
Yes.
Coordinating the colors a little bit so that it feels a little bit more dressy, quote unquote, if you can.
Well, you can
call
go
that.
you can go to like a brewery after and have dinner and not feel
Exactly.
like you just, climbed off the mountain. Although
Yeah.
that's okay here too. That's what I love about Seattle.
Absolutely. And there's so many athleisure kind of options now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun to
That's
dress up
great.
your.
You know what?
Yeah.
I've never, until I lived here, I did not spend, thank you, by the way, you look phenomenal. I had not spent any time investing in, athleisure wear. And now I have a whole wardrobe. Although I need your
Absolutely.
help because I am not coordinating very well.
I'm happy to help anytime.
Okay, I know. I love that about you. Okay, so last bit of advice, don't forget to tell your date where you're going, like you said, to match the dress code.
Exactly.
When you talk about communication and that, have you ever experienced where that has gone wrong?
I'm very fortunate to learn early on that I'm a planner by nature, so
Yeah.
I like to say we're going here, dressed like this. I want people to feel comfortable,
Yes,
whether it's a
yes.
date, a friend date, whatever it happens
Totally.
to be. But I have heard a lot of horror stories, and my friends and I talk about this all the time, and we just learn from experience, and here we are passing it along.
I love it. You're like, I actually get to send him sometimes pictures. I'm like, does this look okay? What do you think of this dress? And so I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for bringing the style for us this morning.
My
and always,
pleasure.
we love you.
Love you too.